Knowledge is of two kinds, that which can be communicated to others, called objective knowledge, that which cannot be transferred to others, called subjective knowledge. Objective knowledge consists of information, facts. Subjective knowledge consists of experiences, intuitions, imaginations, instincts, emotions. Likewise, the $1,000,000 question is this: how can we achieve clarity while communicating objective knowledge? Objective knowledge is transferred from one person to another through language. What is language? A set of symbols where each symbol has a particular meaning. The biggest source of confusion in communications is that many times same symbol has multiple meanings. If a sender sends a symbol meaning something, it is possible that the receiver receives the same symbol with a different meaning. How to eliminate this confusion? There is only one way. Before using a symbol, give a definite and unique meaning to that symbol and make it public. This act of giving a unique meaning to a symbol and making it public is popularly called defining the symbol. The importance of defining symbols was recognized even thousands of years back. Socrates said, "The beginning of wisdom is defining of things." Voltaire said, "If you want to converse with me, first define your words." Will Durant, in his famous The Story of Philosophy, said, "How simple things become if people first tell us what they mean by the words they are using." I want to make use of this context to show some power of Sanskrit language. In Sanskrit, the name of an object is always a quality of that object, without exception. For example, let us take the thing called Lord Ganesha. He is named Gananayaka because he is the Nayaka of some Gana, leader of some group. He is also called Vakratunda because he also has the quality of having Tunda, which is Vakra. Another name of that entity is Ekadantam because of the quality of having one Dantam. If we pick up that quality, which is unique only to him, then that name automatically becomes the definition of that entity. Maybe in this case it could be Mushika Vahanaha, as there is no one with this quality except the elder son of Lord Shiva. I think this facility of a name itself becoming definition is available only in Sanskrit language. Another remark I want to make: be aware that there are advanced beings who can even transfer subjective knowledge through mystical methods like telepathy, touch, silence, and so on. Finally, do note that mathematics, natural sciences, social sciences, humanities, technology, law, medicine, management all fall into class of objective knowledge. Hence, definition making is vital and critical in all these studies. Thank you.